Let's be honest, it feels like every other headline is about some new ChatGPT thing.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And you could easily feel like you're trying to figure out a secret code just to know what's what. So you're definitely in the right place. It's a deep dive. It's all about getting some clarity.
Right.
We're going to unpack the real differences between GPT 3.5, GPT-4, and this GPT-4 Turbo.
Yeah.
And hopefully by the end, you'll have a much clearer idea of which one might actually be, the most useful for you.
That's the plan. We've basically distilled insights from a chat with an AI researcher, also a product advisor, trying to make sense of this whole landscape. It moves so fast.
It really does.
So yeah, focusing on these three main models and practically speaking, how you get your hands on them, which, often just boils down to free versus paid.
Okay, so let's start right there. The basics. How do we actually access these? What are the main ways in?
Right. So first thing, GPT 3.5 is out there. It's free. Anyone can use it.
No subscription.
Nope, no subscription needed. Now, when we talk about GPT-4, the more advanced one, you got to be specific.
Okay.
Inside ChatGPT itself, if you pay for Plus, that enhanced model you're using, it's actually GPT-4 Turbo.
Oh, okay. Not just plain GPT-4,
Exactly, it's this faster, more efficient version, and it's exclusive to that ChatGPT Plus subscription.
which is the 20 bucks a month one.
That's the one, $20 a month. And just so we're super clear, the standard original GPT-4, you can't access that publicly inside ChatGPT.
Right.
If you're a subscriber wanting that higher performance, it's Turbo you're getting.
Okay, that is a really, really crucial distinction. So 3.5 is free for everyone.
Yep,
$20 a month gets you Plus, which means you're using Turbo.
correct.
And the original GPT-4 isn't just like an option in the app settings.
Not in the main ChatGPT interface, no.
Got it. Okay, let's dig into the free one first then. GPT 3.5. What can it actually do for someone, someone listening who's trying to learn stuff, understand things better?
Okay, think of 3.5 as like the agile sprinter. It's fast, it's lightweight.
Okay.
So for you, looking to gain knowledge pretty quickly, this means some really practical uses. Like, you need to kickstart your thinking on something.
Yeah.
It's great for just generating quick content ideas, those first sparks.
Right, a starting point.
Exactly. Or just having a casual chat back and forth to clarify a basic idea. It handles those everyday conversations really well.
Okay.
And maybe surprisingly, it can even whip up basic code snippets.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, which shows its versatility. Even if you're not a coder yourself, it kind of gives you a glimpse into how different info is structured.
Huh.
So ultimately, for just, initial explorations, general info gathering, GPT 3.5 is a really solid no-cost entry point.
So if you're just dipping your toes in, exploring a topic, need a quick answer, nothing too complex, 3.5 is your free pass.
Pretty much, yeah.
Now, when would we want to step up to GPT-4 Turbo? What makes that jump worthwhile, especially for a learner?
Right, so stepping up to Turbo within ChatGPT Plus, it's a significant leap in capability. Like going from that sprinter to, I don't know, a powerful marathon runner.
Okay, more endurance, more power.
Exactly. And what's really interesting is, while it keeps that sophisticated reasoning of the original GPT-4 architecture, it's actually more streamlined for OpenAI to run.
Ah, so it's cheaper for them, faster maybe.
Yeah, faster and lets them pack in more features for you, the subscriber. Now, for a learner who's really focused on grasping complex subjects, this power unlocks totally new possibilities.
How so?
Well, imagine you're trying to unravel, say, a complicated scientific theory. Lots of interconnected ideas, right?
Mm-hmm.
GPT-4 Turbo can process way more information at once, draw more subtle connections. It gives you a deeper, more insightful understanding than 3.5 could manage.
Okay, deeper reasoning.
Deeper reasoning, definitely. And it's fantastic for creative exploration, too. Brainstorming different perspectives, refining your own arguments,
That sounds useful.
and maybe the most practical thing, summarizing long articles or research papers.
Oh, yeah, that's huge.
It's a massive time saver, right, while making sure you still grab the main points. So yeah, people talk about it for business tasks, but that core ability to handle complex info directly applies to serious learning and research.
So it's really that ability to handle more complexity, draw those deeper connections. That's the real upgrade for someone serious about learning.
That's a big part of it, yeah.
Now, you mentioned earlier there's another way to get at these models if you're using the OpenAI API.
All right, the API route.
How does that world work? And, why might someone listening care about that?
Okay, so if you're maybe a bit more technical, building your own AI tools, perhaps, or using platforms that plug directly into OpenAI's system,
Right.
the access points are different. You're mainly looking at models called GPT 3.5 Turbo and GPT 4 Turbo. Similar names, but slightly different context.
Okay.
And here, besides the core abilities we talked about, the big factors often become cost and how much information the AI can handle at once, the context window.
Context window.
Yeah, how much text it can remember or process in a single go. API users pay per token, which is basically a unit of text.
Pay as you go, kind of.
Exactly. And GP 3.5 Turbo is cheaper per token. Makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
But GP4 Turbo, it doesn't just give better quality output. It has this massive context window. We're talking 128,000 tokens.
Whoa, how much is that?
It's like it can process and understand the equivalent of a short novel all at once,
Wow. Okay.
which is incredibly useful if you're working with really long documents or you need the AI to keep track of a conversation or analysis over a huge amount of text.
Right. It doesn't forget what you were talking about pages ago.
Precisely. So for API users, it's often this trade-off. The cost saving of 3.5 Turbo versus the, well, superior understanding and the massive data handling of 4 Turbo.
Okay, so whether you're using the regular ChatGPT website or app or going through this API, there are clear pros and cons, different things to think about for each model.
Definitely.
So let's bring it back to you, the listener. You're here, you want to learn effectively. What's the practical takeaway? Which model should you be thinking about?
Right. So for those of you who are maybe just curious or your needs are pretty basic, quick questions, simple tasks, sticking with the free GPT 3.5 is a great start.
No harm in trying the free one.
Exactly. Get a feel for it, no commitment. But if you find yourself wanting, more insightful answers, needing help with really complex topics, or looking for tools that can seriously speed up your learning,
Yeah,
then exploring GPT-4 Turbo through that ChatGPT Plus subscription is definitely worth considering, seriously considering.
okay.
And then for the more technical folks, maybe developers or teams building things, the API gives you that finer control. You'll weigh the cost against the quality, the context window size, based on exactly what your project needs.
That really frames it clearly. Basic needs equals free, deeper learning equals maybe look at plus.
That's a good summary, yeah?
Now, you mentioned Plus comes with extra stuff beyond just getting access to the Turbo model.
Mm.
What are some of those extras, and could they be really valuable for someone focused on understanding things better?
Oh, yeah, this is where that subscription, I think, really starts to make sense for a dedicated learner. That 20 bucks a month for. Plus, it's not just a better engine.
It's more.
It's unlocking a whole set of tools, really, designed to boost your learning, like the memory feature.
What's up?
It lets the AI remember details from your past chats, so conversations become much more contextual, more connected over time.
Ah, so it doesn't keep forgetting who you are, what you discussed last week.
Exactly. It's like having an ongoing study buddy that actually remembers what you've covered.
Okay, that sounds pretty useful.
It is. Then you have custom GPTs. These are basically specialized AI agents you can find or even build tailored for specific tasks or subjects.
Like,
Like imagine having an AI specifically tuned to explain quantum physics concepts clearly, or one designed to help you outline a business plan. Really focused tools.
huh, specialized assistance.
Sort of, yeah. And the ability to upload files and have the AI analyze images. That opens up totally new ways to learn.
How so?
You can get summaries of PDFs you upload, pull insights from reports, even discuss like the content of charts or diagrams you show it.
Wow, analyzing documents in picture.
Yeah. And finally, there's the code interpreter. They sometimes call it advanced data analysis now.
Right.
It's incredibly powerful for working with data, analyzing spreadsheets, creating charts, understanding statistics. Even if you're not a data scientist, it can help make sense of numbers.
Okay, that's quite a suite of tools.
It really is. So when you combine the better reasoning of GPT-4 Turbo with all these extra features, ChatGPT Plus becomes a really compelling package for anyone serious about using AI to learn more deeply.
Wow, yeah, it's definitely clear the subscription is much more than just getting the fancier model. It's a whole learning toolkit.
That's a good way to put it.
Okay, so as we start to wrap this up, what are the key things, the absolute must-knows you'd want our listeners to take away from this whole discussion about the different chat GPTs?
I think the essentials are understand the different levels of smarts and speed you get with 3.5 versus 4 Turbo.
Right.
Know how you access each one if your needs are pretty casual, straightforward. The free GPT 3.5 is a great place to start, no question.
Okay.
But if you're really aiming for higher quality answers, more sophisticated thinking, and that richer set of tools specifically designed to help you learn,
Then,
then GPT-4 Turbo through the ChatGPT Plus subscription is the clear winner. And those extra features in Plus memory, file analysis, custom GPTs, they add significant value for really digging in deep.
so the core decision really boils down to the depth you need. Casual exploring, or are you doing serious investigation?
Exactly. How deep do you need to go?
Okay. Now, as you're sitting there thinking about all this, maybe ask yourself, how might having access to these different levels of AR, especially something more powerful like GPT-4 Turbo with all its tools, how might that fundamentally shift the way you approach learning new things? Or even just streamline how you get knowledge right now?
Mm-hmm. Good question.
It's definitely something worth pondering as you go forward. And now, hopefully, with this clearer understanding, you can maybe even go try out these different models for yourself and see what fits.